Coming up next on Channel 2 Action News at noon, the defense begins presenting its case this afternoon in the rape and murder trial of a 14-year-old DeKalb County boy. We'll have a live report. Don't mess with Roe versus Wade. That's the message being heard loud and clear this afternoon by abortion rights activists in Washington, D.C. Also ahead at noon, there are reports that White House spokesman Marlin Fitzwater may be considering quitting. And the judge and prosecutor in the John Gotti trial are under 24-hour guard after receiving death threats.
Lots of sunshine around North Georgia today. It appears we're going to have a pretty nice day. I'm David Chamley in the Weather Center. I'll have all your weather, facts, and figures.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Tupman. Channel 2 Action News at noon is next.
It's said that by the end of this century, Japan will have a stranglehold on the technology for automobiles, semiconductors, fiber optics, steel, and half the new patents in the world. Isn't it ironic? When Japan needed the technology for a new stock market, they found it in a stock market Americans have had for 20 years. The NASDAQ stock market.
Another Home Depot certified advantage. Free design service. Come to Home Depot for professional decorating advice, from coordinating colors to selecting products. And you'll always find the best brands, like Glidden Evermore Paint. We have color after color of Glidden interior and exterior paint. We'll even mix hundreds of custom colors for you, absolutely free.
Home Depot, Home Depot. Low prices are just the beginning.
From WSB TV Atlanta, coverage you can count on. This is Channel 2 Action News.
The defense begins presenting its case this afternoon in the rape and murder trial of a 14-year-old DeKalb County boy. Jamal Henry is being charged in the death of 7-year-old Sharita Kinlaw. She was found raped and murdered in an abandoned apartment building last year in DeKalb County. And that is our top story on Action News at noon. Hello, I'm Lisa Tupman. The prosecution rested its case on Friday, and now it's the defense's turn. Channel 2 Tony Dorsey is standing by. He's been covering the murder trial. He joins us now from DeKalb County Courthouse with the latest. Tony?
Well, Lisa, the unanswered question so far today is whether or not 14-year-old Jamal Henry will take the stand in his own defense today. The 14-year-old 7th grader is the youngest person in DeKalb County history to stand trial for murder as an adult. Henry is expected to testify that a confession he gave to police was coerced. Henry is charged with last May's murder and rape of 7-year-old Sharita Kinlaw. During a hearing last week outside of the jury's presence, Henry told Judge Clarence Seeliger that police threatened to put him in jail with adult male homosexuals if he didn't tell the truth. Police deny those accusations.
Did you kill Sharita?
No.
Did you hurt her in any way on May 11th?
No.
Or any other day?
No.
After that hearing, Judge Seeliger ruled the confession was free and voluntary and allowed the jury to hear it last week. The prosecution has since rested its case, and it will be the task of the defense to damage the believability of that confession. Henry himself, we're told, will take the stand to try and do just that. And the defense will likely call its first witness probably around 1 o'clock this afternoon when the trial commences here. And we'll bring complete details for you tonight on Action News at 6. Reporting live from the DeKalb County Courthouse, I'm Tony Dorsey.
Tony, you've been pretty close to this trial. Any feeling on how long the defense will take?
We're told that the defense will probably take at least 2 days, today and tomorrow. And then the case will go to the 8-man, 4-woman jury for a verdict.
Okay, thank you very much, Tony Dorsey. DeKalb County police believe a domestic dispute led to the overnight killing of a 22-year-old man. The body of Kerry Maurice Garner was discovered just after midnight last night in the foyer of his family's home in Stone Mountain. Garner suffered an apparent gunshot wound to the torso. Investigators say Garner had been involved in an argument with a former girlfriend outside the home when another man who had accompanied the woman became involved. A physical altercation ensued, and in the struggle, Garner was shot. The investigation into the shooting is still underway. Abortion rights activists have converged on Washington this afternoon for a major march and rally. Pro-choice advocates from all around the country say they are ready to send their message loud and clear to the Supreme Court. That message, don't mess with Roe versus Wade. Hundreds of thousands of abortion rights activists are expected to participate in today's march. Tomorrow, the Supreme Court hears arguments in a Pennsylvania case which many believe could be used to overturn Roe v. Wade. We'll have a live report of the rally tonight at 6 on Channel 2 Action News. On the eve of the pro-choice rally, several members of Operation Rescue were arrested after blocking the doorway of a Pennsylvania Avenue clinic. While Operation Rescue claimed success in shutting down the clinic, a spokesperson for a Washington area pro-choice group called the Operation Rescue's action nothing more than a publicity stunt. Back here in Atlanta, it almost got run out of town, but not last night. The Condomobile finally made its debut at one of Atlanta's hottest new nightclubs. As Channel 2's Sandra Bookman reports, as the night got started, partiers stepped up to buy their condoms despite some protests from local business leaders.
Its owners say it's a sign of the times, and they're simply doing what other merchants do, making their product easily accessible to the customer. That's why this purple-painted Condomobile is parked in front of Berlin, Atlanta's newest, trendiest dance club.
What we're trying to do is appeal to the young crowd. We're trying to present condoms in a fun, fashionable manner. We're not coming out in any kind of circus or freak way. We're trying to sell a product.
This roving condom caddy was to make its debut last night in the heart of Buckhead. But business leaders there said no, calling it an insensitive gimmick.
This is, we think, a gimmick, frankly, for the shock value to get publicity.
But management here at Berlin has a different view. They say they feel some sense of responsibility for their young clientele.
We have to watch the customer going out the door for how much they drink. We're also responsible for their actions to a degree later and helping be careful and responsible with them. So that's the thrust of it.
And some Berlin regulars agree. They call the Condomobile educational.
Especially in the bar business, and a lot of people visit bars on Saturday nights, and a lot of people go home with other people, and they need this kind of protection.
Sandra Bookman, Channel 2 Action News.
The owners of the Condomobile say they already have plans for a second vehicle, and they haven't given up on selling their condoms in Buckhead. They say they have a legal vendor's permit, and they will fight to do business there. Turning to political news, the presidential campaign took another unusual turn when Hillary Clinton issued an apology on the subject of marital infidelity. Her husband, Governor Bill Clinton, is in New York State preparing for Tuesday's primary. His wife responded to an article in Vanity Fair magazine. She was quoted as saying the press has a double standard because reporters are focusing on her husband's alleged affairs while at the same time ignoring similar rumors about President Bush. Those rumors have never been substantiated.
Me at the time, and I of all people know the kind of pain that can be caused by even discussions of rumors in private conversations, and I have no intention to hurt anyone.
The Bush campaign called the original comments recklessly irresponsible. New York Governor Mario Cuomo gave Bill Clinton's campaign a boost, but no formal endorsement as Clinton and Jerry Brown head toward the crucial New York primary. Cuomo says either candidate would be better than George Bush.
Bill Clinton will make, in my opinion, a superb president. Jerry Brown, I will support if he is the candidate, given the alternative, which is a President Bush who says this country needs no radical change, that you can stay on the course that Governor Clinton pointed out Reagan put us on and Bush maintained. That course, I believe, is headed straight for the cliff.
Governor Cuomo denied suggestions that he might try to steal the nomination come convention time. Jerry Brown isn't using the word superb to describe his opponent, Bill Clinton. Courting the black vote at a Harlem diner this weekend, Brown called Clinton the Prince of Sleaze. Brown is angry over a Clinton political ad which attacked Brown's personal stand on abortion. Clinton pulled the ad shortly after it aired. The president's spokesman, Marlin Fitzwater, may be getting sick and tired of his job. The Washington Post reports he told associates he's frustrated enough to quit. Fitzwater is said to be upset over his extra duties as communications director, and he doesn't like the roadblocks in front of the president's policies. Fitzwater left for a vacation in Bermuda recently. He says the trip has nothing to do with any frustration associated with his job. Still ahead on Channel 2 Action News at noon, it will be tomorrow before a jury in Miami resumes deliberations in the drug trial of Manuel Noriega. Death threats are made against the judge and prosecutor in the trial of New York mobster John Gotti. and a sniper opens fire on a crowded Detroit freeway.
Unlike springs of past, we could use some rain. We're about 5 inches shy for the year. Is any in the forecast? I'll let you know when we come back.
On Action News Primetime.
Place your hands on the hood of the car. You're under arrest for driving under the influence.
A night in the town turns into a nightmare.
You've never been arrested for DUI before.
Channel 2's Don Farmer takes you on a trip you'll never forget. Destination Drunk Tank. Friday at 9, April 17th. A family-to-family special. Theirs is a world turned upside down. They used to spend money. Now they worry about it.
Is it ever going to get over? Is this my life forever?
Out of work. Fighting the middle-class mess. Don Farmer hosts Action News Primetime. Friday at 9, April 17th. A family-to-family special.
Explorers in years gone by traveled miles to discover exciting new foods. Today, the Olive Garden's new Italian Discovery menu lets you explore delicious new tastes. Sirloin in a wine vegetable sauce, beef classico, cheese and olive-filled pasta, ravioli olivata, a zesty sauce with tender chicken breasts, chicken San Remo, or enjoy all three in our Discovery combination platter at the Olive Garden during our Italian Discovery celebration.
Just one look, and I knew that you were the only one.
If you want to save time and money, all it takes is just one look in the real Yellow Pages.
Just one look, that's all it took, just one look.
Believe it or not, I got to work just a little bit late today. You know why?
Yeah.
But you know why.
Yeah, you had to spring forward.
That's right.
Well, that was
and
tough.
I forgot.
And we were here last night. You get home, you got to jump ahead an hour, lose an hour's sleep. But we'll make it up. I like it this time of year because that means it's lighter, you know, so much later in the evening. And now springtime, you enjoy those nice mild temperatures. And we have some in the forecast coming up. Outside right now, kind of cool. Had a cold front move through the area. And remember, it was so windy yesterday. That was the winds behind that cold front. It's 54, your noontime hour. Humidity at 32%. Winds a lot calmer today than what we saw yesterday. Only east at 3 miles an hour the past hour. And the barometer is holding steady. Our high temperature yesterday, we topped it out at 72. We started the day this morning at 37. Those two averaged 3 degrees below normal for this time of year. Record high, 89, set just a couple years ago. Look at that record low. That's an old one. 28 degrees back in 1881. No rain to speak of. There's that rainfall deficit I spoke of a minute ago. Over 4.5 inches. The past few years, we haven't seen that. We've usually been ahead by that much, but it's been a dry first 3 months of 1992. The sun, look at that, with daylight saving time, 8:01 is when it'll set this evening. Lunchtime temperatures around North Georgia, they look like this. 55 in Griffin, 53 in Noonan, 48 in Rome, 50 in Dalton, 52 in Jasper. Still kind of cool up in the Northeast Mountains, 49 in Blairsville, and 44 degrees in Clayton. They got down into the low 30s last night. Let me show you our satellite review over the past 24 hours. This is a pretty tightly wound low-pressure system that finally exited off the middle Atlantic coast. This rascal dumped snow in the mountains of Virginia, West Virginia, as much as 11 inches up there in West Virginia. And they're going to be kind of in the 30s and 40s today, so that snow is going to stick around for a day or so. All this moisture here, this is a developing system down here in Mexico into Texas, and it's going to scoop up that moisture out of the Gulf, and this is going to be our next weather maker. We're going to roll in here, I think, about Tuesday. In the meantime, 2 pretty nice days, 2 pretty nice spring-like days. Lots of sunshine anticipated, and temperatures, even with the passage of the cold front, we'll have enough sunshine today and warmth of the atmosphere to hit us into the 60s in North Georgia, 70s down in Central and South Georgia. You see a nice spring warm up here, 60s all the way up to the Canadian border, 70s in places like Denver and Wichita, Kansas. These 60s here, due to the cloud cover and rain showers, they do have a flash flood watch out there in southern Texas. They're anticipating as much as 2 inches of rain down that way. Let me show you what's going to happen over the next 24 hours. Under that big area of high pressure, you know what that means, that big dome of air just sitting right on top of us. Calm winds, lots of sunshine. Well, the high by tomorrow is going to move out over the Atlantic, and here comes that low, and bringing that moisture out of the Gulf. Thunder showers will be developing along the Gulf Coast with an overrunning rain pattern throughout the mid-Mississippi Valley, and that moisture is going to inch our way on Tuesday. But the good thing about it, it's going to be here Tuesday, get on out by the first part of Wednesday, and then some very mild temperatures in here. We know it's going to be mild by looking at our old jet stream. Still got that split flow. You know, it got kind of cold last night down in the New England states. Well, watch what happens over the next week. You're going to see the cold air retreat, the polar jet back up to the north. Warm air moves into the southeast, but with that, I think by the end of the week, some stormy conditions, some very spring-like weather patterns appear to be over the horizon. Your forecast for today, we're going to go with lots of sunshine, not nearly as windy today as what we saw yesterday, with a high temperature very pleasant, 66 degrees. Here's your next 5 days. We call this our 5-day forecast. We're looking at a 42 for a wake-up temperature on your Monday, going to 70 Monday afternoon with increasing clouds. It looks like a wet day on Tuesday, and then drying out on Wednesday, and very warm, moderate temperatures by the end of the week on Thursday. So finally, I think we've had our last freeze. I can safely say that. So no more temperatures down below the freezing area. We'll get them on out of here and welcome in some nice, mild air.
That's a good forecast.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're just glad to get all that cold weather out of here.
Amen.
Okay. Thanks, David. Coming up next on Channel 2 Action News at noon, the judge and the prosecutor in the John Gotti trial are now under 24-hour guard after receiving death threats. And a sniper opens fire on a Detroit freeway. Several motorists are injured.
Don Farmer, Monica Kaufman, Glenn Burns Weather, Chuck Dowdle Sports. Coverage you can count on. Weeknights on Channel 2 Action News.
Are you looking for patio, pool, or garden furniture? Rocky Mountain Patio offers Brown Jordan, Tropitone, Meadowcraft, Gross Felix Boutique, Lane Venture, Halcyon, and many more. Choose from wrought iron, aluminum, wood, resin, and cast aluminum. Rocky Mountain Patio offers the finest in outdoor furniture at 25 to 40% off. They also deliver anywhere in Georgia and can special order if you desire. Rocky Mountain Patio, 5323 Roswell Road in Sandy Springs.
Surrender to the music of the night.
The power of the music of the night.
The music of Andrew Lloyd Webber. A spectacular theatrical concert. From Evita, Cats, Jesus Christ Superstar, Phantom of the Opera. The music of Andrew Lloyd Webber.
To charge, call 249-6400. That's 249-6400.
They could be marching into your home right now, entering through a crack in the foundation, chewing into your floors and subfloors, into your walls. Termites, there's one sure way to stop them. Call Terminex. Terminex technicians have treated over 5 million homes with methods proven to stop termites. We guarantee it. No ifs, ands, or bugs. Terminex. Call now for a free termite inspection.
A jury in Miami resumes deliberations tomorrow in the drug trafficking trial of Manuel Noriega. The case hit a snag this weekend when the defense team learned portions of the original indictment against Noriega had been deleted. The judge later agreed to restore portions of that indictment. Noriega faces up to 160 years in jail if convicted. The John Gotti trial may be over, but not the fear of mob retaliation. The New York Post reports that the judge and a prosecutor are now under 24-hour guard. The paper says authorities got word of a plot to kill them. According to the article, information came from 2 sources in the days before a New York City jury convicted Gotti. The reputed mafia boss was found guilty of racketeering and murder. A potentially fatal situation on a highway in Michigan. Police in the Detroit suburb of Oak Park, Michigan, say that a sniper opened fire on a highway this weekend, randomly shooting at motorists. Authorities say at least 24 cars were hit. One driver was treated for minor cuts after being hit by flying glass. Another was taken to the hospital and released. Police have no description of the sniper and no suspects. Police say a drug deal gone bad is responsible for a deadly fire at an apartment building in suburban Chicago. One suspect is charged with arson and facing a possible murder charge after allegedly setting fire to the apartment this weekend. One person was killed and a dozen hurt in the 5-alarm blaze. Some residents were forced to jump from the top floor of the 3-story building. People on the ground stretched out blankets to catch children who were thrown to safety. Coming up next on Action News at noon, the stage is now set for the national championship in college basketball. And the Atlanta Hawks take on the Philadelphia 76ers at the Omni. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Let the games begin. 7-Eleven presents the American Gladiators Live Tour. April 8th at the Omni. Tickets from Ticketmasters or charged by phone.
It might look like Velveeta loaf, but it won't cook like it.
You may cook with some look-alike stuff,
but it won't cook enough like Velveeta.
They're thin, or they're pale, or they'll run.
At least they got the shape of the box right.
But Velveeta margins on over chicken and veggies so true. You know what it does for your fondue.
You can try some look-alikes forever, but Velveeta cooks better.
To get tough stains like these out of your carpet, you need a professional strength stain remover. Stanley Steamer, our deep cleaning system, removes down to the roots dirt your vacuum can't reach. We can pick up just about whatever falls down. Stanley Steamer, the #1 way to clean carpets.
Serving 23 counties in the metropolitan Atlanta area.
We've asked members of the Louisiana Iced Tea Appreciation Society if they know the secret behind Louisiana tea.
I know the secret. It's right here on the box, specially blended for iced tea.
We switched from Lipton to Louisiana because it's specially blended for iced tea.
It's specially blended. That's the secret.
That's iced tea. It's no secret. Louisiana is specially blended for iced tea. You'll love the taste of Louisiana, specially blended for great iced tea.
Lots and lots of sports news for you this afternoon. Duke and Michigan will battle for the national championship tomorrow. The Hawks battle the 76ers for a playoff spot, and the Braves tune up before Tuesday's season opener against Houston. For those stories and a whole lot more, here's Channel 2's Chuck Dowdle.
Hello, everybody. Well, if you follow the rantings and ravings of Bobby Knight, you're never real sorry to see him bow out of the big tournament last night. The Duke Blue Devils teased him early, then they roared from behind the second half, and they beat the Hoosiers and advanced to Monday night's championship contest. Blue Devils are very tough, although Indiana started out well. Here they come up with a theft. Down the floor they go, 3-on-1. They work it beautifully, get it to Chris Reynolds. He lays it up and in. Indiana was up by 12. At that point, they led by 5 at intermission. Then Duke battles back. Bobby Hurley burying the three-pointers. He had 26 points, an 18-0 run for Duke. And the Hoosiers got only 3 points in the first 10 minutes of the second half. But still, they had a chance to tie at the buzzer. Jamal Meeks with the shot out of the corner, and a decent one. It will not go. Duke hangs on to win it by the final of 81-78, ending the run for the Hoosiers and Bobby Knight.
Out of there, and we just really couldn't ever develop a flow in maybe the first 12 or 13 or 14 minutes of the second half.
And the Duke Blue Devils will be going against the Fab Five, Michigan's sensational freshman starters who've now advanced to the title game. And the way they're playing right now, you know, you wonder if they even realize that they ought to be nervous. They take out Cincinnati in the semis last night, 76-72 the final. All 5 of the Wolverine starters are freshmen. Here's Jalen Rose, going to get it to Chris Webber. Chris Webber scores with the slam, but it was a senior citizen who saved them late. I'm talking about James Voskill. He's a junior who comes off the bench with solid play. Michigan wins it 76-72 to advance to the championship on Monday night.
We hung on for dear life, and I can't believe it, but I believe it. We got a good team.
A man of brief words. Ladies' Final Four in L.A. yesterday. Virginia down by 1 to the Cardinal with 0.8 of a second left to play. Dawn Staley cannot get it to go, and there goes the time. Stanford wins 66-65 and advances to today's final against Western Kentucky. Well, the Hawks' lottery chances are looking better daily as the playoff picture fades with every effort. Last night, the Sixers beat them in the Omni. The Sixers, one of the teams trying to overtake Atlanta for a playoff berth. And while the Hawks did rally late, they really appear to be a team contemplating how to spend the offseason. Sixers with a strong night. Here comes the steal right here. Charles Barkley down the floor, and he has the slam. Large Charles doing a good job there. But the Hawks battle back to tie it at 104. Here's Dwayne Farrell wide open underneath. He had 27 points, a career high. But then Johnny Dawkins with back-to-back threes. That did it in the final 8 minutes as the Sixers win it 126-121 and now control the tiebreaker advantage over the Atlanta Hawks if that becomes necessary. The Braves in Greenville yesterday for their next to last exhibition game before the season opener Tuesday in Houston. But not much different the way things have been going in Florida. The Cardinals come up with a 4-2 win-aided victory. But how about Deion Sanders? You heard about the broken bone in his foot? Looks like he's getting around all right. Throwing the left pretty good. There you go, prime time. But you talk about wind-aided victory. Well, how about this? In the first inning for the Cardinals, Todd Zeile with a fly ball up into that 40-mile-per-hour plus breeze that was blowing. This off John Smoltz blows it right out of there. A 2-run shot. It was 2-0 Cards. It was 3-1 Cards. Braves got within one. Damon Berry held the grounder. Galarraga comes home, but Brian Hunter, a great slide, beats the wrap to make it 3-2. The Cards added one to win it 4-2. Same two clubs go today in Little Rock.
We're not down on ourselves whatsoever. We're just ready to get the heck out of here and, you know, get the season started so we can get some momentum going and some, you know, some adrenaline flowing. That's what we're looking for right now. And, you know, as soon as the game starts, you're going to see a change.
All right, yesterday, the first Saturday in April, which means just a month now, the first Saturday in May. That, of course, is Derby Day, Kentucky Derby Day. And the horse to watch, maybe AP Indy. AP Indy running yesterday in the $500,000 Santa Anita Derby, racks up its 5th straight victory for the 3-year-old colt, son of Seattle Slew, grandson of Secretariat, and those are pretty good bloodlines. Eddie Delahousse in the irons, and incidentally, AP Indy by 1 3/4 lengths the victor, and that race was just 1 1/8. Of course, when they run in the Derby, it'll be 1 1/4. That's a look at Stay in Sports. We'll have all the rest of the day's sports news for you tonight on Action News. You be with us in the meantime. You have a very good Sunday, and we'll leave you now with a look at all of last night's NBA final scores.
When Action News at Noon returns, David will give us another look at today's forecast. And some young architects prove that you don't need concrete and steel to build a bridge. You only need a little creativity and a little imagination.
People are telling us why they like shopping at Cub Foods.
Yes, here at Cub Foods, the produce is much larger, and you do get your money's worth. They're always fresh. I've never gotten home and buy a bag full of oranges or apples and find half of them that's not any good. They've always been very fresh, very good. Even the meat department. I've never gotten home and found any of the meats that's ruined like I do at some of the other stores. They always seem to be very fresh.
Cub Foods. It's big and it's better.
Love what our volume selling does for you right here at Atlanta Toyota in Gwinnett. Hi, I'm Angie Stevens.
I'm Tom Parker here with Mr. Toyota till midnight tonight, and there are so many great ways to save money with our volume selling. 1,000 cash back on every Paseo, Tercel, Corolla, and Celica in our inventory. Use that money for your down payment. Here's volume selling. Over 100 brand new Camrys to choose here at Atlanta Toyota. 5 brand new at this price, $12,988. Why pay more? Brand new 92 Tercels, 25 at this price at $69.88. That's volume selling. New 92 Corollas, 15 to choose at this price, $79.88. Or Celica STs, got 5 at this price. Brand new Celicas at $11,988. That's volume selling.
Don't forget, we're open 7 days a week until midnight, so take Interstate 85 to Exit 40. We're right across from Gwinnett Place Mall.
You're going to love this sale. We're open till midnight right here at Atlanta Toyota. Come see us.
David has a few final thoughts on all of that sunshine out there.
Yeah, we've got the 5-day forecast, and we've got 4 days with sunshine. So it's not too bad.
We can live with that.
All right. Let me show you what's going to happen today with our sunshine. Even though a cool front came through, still going to look at readings in our area in the 60s, 70s down in South Georgia. Here's what's going on your map. A big area of high pressure, the H there to the right of your screen, going to provide us with lots of sunshine. But you can see the low, the L down at the bottom of your screen, is going to bring up some moisture out of the Gulf of Mexico today, raining in Texas. And that rain in the next 24 hours is going to spread throughout the Gulf Coast. Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Arkansas are going to get wet tomorrow. And that rain's moving east, and it'll be in here by Tuesday. So good news is it'll be out of here by Wednesday. So here is your 5-day forecast. Today's high is 66. Tonight's low 42, up to 70 tomorrow with increasing clouds, rain showers on Tuesday, and then very moderate spring-like temperatures and sunshine the tail end of the week. So all in all, yes, spring has sprung, and let's put those frosty temperatures back where they belong.
That's right. Thanks, David.
You bet.
Finally this afternoon, modern-day bridges are usually made of metal and cement, but not in Dallas. Toothpicks were the material of choice for this bridge building competition. Sponsored by the local chapter of the Texas Society of Professional Engineers, contestants could use only toothpicks and glue to construct their bridges. The bridge that held up the most, under the most weight rather, was declared the winner. And I guess you don't use those to pick your teeth after you finish.
Ingenuity there at work.
Quick reminder, if you haven't set your clocks ahead, do so, because you're going to be in trouble tomorrow if
That's
you don't.
right. Very much so.
That does it for us. Thanks for watching Channel 2 Action News at noon. Join Sandra Bookman and John Alston this evening for Channel 2 Action News at 6. Until then, have a good day, and we'll see you later.
Make it a good one. Bye-bye.